Here are the 5 ways that I kept my schedule fully booked without relying on new patients coming in every day. Hey, fellow physios, Adam Chang, back again, solo physio ops. Today's session, I speak on the 5 ways to keep your schedule fully booked. And I did this and I kept my schedule fully booked, over 85% booked for the past 10 years. And I didn't do this with a plethora of new patients coming in. Now, I did have new patients coming in from word of mouth and direct referrals, but not as many as you would think. I would say if in 1 week I had 5 new assessments, that was a big week for new patients. So like on a weekly basis, maybe 2. On a monthly basis, on average, maybe 5 to 8 new patients per month. It's really important to try to master these 5 things. Then you don't need a whole lot of new patients coming in. All you need is a very loyal client following, and then you don't need that many. I have roughly 2,000 emails of patients that I've seen over the past 13 years. And when I look at my stats, I've seen in the past year 300 odd different people coming in for a total of 2,000 plus sessions over 1 year. So I'll tell you how I do this. Number 1, you have to own your schedule. Having an admin to do your booking and follow up with patients, etc., that's fine. You can do that. Those bigger clinics will have multiple admin staff doing this, and that's a big part of their job. But I think you need to own that. And what I mean by owning your schedule and controlling it is you know when your patients prefer to come in. You know where they are in their treatment plan. You know when someone is a little more flexible than someone else, like if somebody is retired. Actually, retired folks aren't as flexible as you think, but you get what I mean. So if you've got John booked next week and someone cancels last minute, like tomorrow, then you call John. You know John's flexible. You say, hey, John, I've got an appointment for you. It just opened up. Can I move your appointment up? I know you've been looking to come in and you wanted to come in sooner. He says yes. You slide him up. And then now that opening next week, it's not as pressing to fill that. That will get filled. That's just one example. Second example is not keeping too many gaps in your schedule. So, if you see a gap, you can contact your patient and say, hey, can I move your appointment up? You move them up. Then you could actually finish early. You could kind of pack your schedule a little better so that you have time to do other things after your day. So owning your schedule is very important and controlling it. And if you can train someone to do that and to establish a good working relationship with your patients, then that is the ultimate, but it's really hard. And if you're using AI and technology, it's important that you check your schedule on a daily basis. You have some type of notification process when someone cancels, then you are notified via email or text message. So right away, you can take a look at your schedule for the week and next week and make those necessary adjustments. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2 is to stay at top of mind for your patients. And this is key. And you can do this a few ways. You can do this through social media, which is a fairly easy way to do it. You don't have to be an influencer or a crazy content creator. You just need to take problems that you've seen in your day, in your week, and jot them down, because there are other people out there in your client pool that may be experiencing the same thing. And often they know people who talk about experiencing these things. And this is how you get word of mouth referrals. So staying top of mind is important. This will allow you to engage more with your inactive client pool, and they will become active. All right. It's not that hard. I know it's sometimes a little cringe watching yourself on camera, but it doesn't have to be. You could even do still images. You could do You don't have to do reels. You could do those carousel posts, right? There are different ways to do it. And you could even just do an email list, right? Send out an email once a week just about different topics. It's winter time. There's a big snowfall. Oh, here's how you protect your back shoveling snow if you want to avoid coming in to see me, right? Things like that. Number 3, develop a treatment plan and communicate it clearly. So once you've assessed somebody, you let them know, okay, this is your problem list. These are the things that we want to work on that will really help you achieve what you're trying to achieve. And it's going to take roughly this amount of time. So how I like to do it, I say, okay, let's do 2 appointments next week and then 2 appointments the week after. I usually book up 2 weeks in advance. So if you have a specific time in mind, then let's put those in the schedule now. So if you do that, you'll have a full schedule for 2 weeks all the time, basically. And you'll know exactly how busy you are and if you need to make calls to your client pool. This brings us to number 4, which is celebrate and highlight micro wins along the way. This is why assessing and reassessing in each session, like performing a treatment, reevaluating, highlighting that they can move that arm further, that they have more control, they have more strength after that specific input, that is huge because that helps with buy-in. And it also helps to show them that it's actually worth it coming in to see you. Now, this is very underrated. Sometimes this is hard to do as a young, new physio, but it's something that you have to learn quickly because those micro wins add up to a big win. You have to prove that you're providing value. Okay, so micro wins and communicate those clearly. Last one, before you discharge a patient, you have to promote proactive care and maintenance. This only makes sense when you go to see a dentist. Often it's proactive. You schedule an appointment twice a year or quarterly, depending on how bad your oral hygiene is. And you make sure that you prevent any bigger problems down the road that are going to cost you a lot. Cost you your health, your oral health, but also a lot of money. So with physio, you can do the same. You can make sure you check in with your patients to see how they're doing, get them in for a maintenance checkup. I know the college and insurance companies sometimes don't agree with this, but if you are taking control of your physical health, going to see a professional about that is the right thing to do. And if you can communicate and educate your client pool on doing this, then you have great sessions because those sessions are not so pain focused. The focus is functionality, goals that they have set for themselves. They want to run a marathon, they want to do a high rocks challenge, but they have concerns about their body. In the past, they've had tendinitises or back pain. You can help someone achieve their goal through these type of sessions. Yeah, I love the proactive maintenance session. And if you get enough of those in your schedule, that's how you keep your schedule booked. All right. So those are my top 5. There are other strategies you can utilize, but without thinking about new patients, just having your client pool and taking care of them, providing value to your current client list, that's the best way to do it. And then you don't have to worry about finding new patients. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.